Hi, this is Kari with the Consistently Creative Crew, and Colleen was just showing us the demo of the Noteworthy Simple Page Kit number 2, done traditionally, which comes together pretty fast and easy. And we have a number of people here tonight who did use that kit and created a page and already have their pictures on, so that was fantastic. And I am going to go ahead and demonstrate how to do this layout digitally using Forever Artisan software. And as I always start, I take a look at the pages and see how similar they are to each other because I like to do the work once and duplicate or mirror my page if that will help. So if I take a look at this simple page kit that they have, you can see that the 2 pages, as far as the photos go, are mirror images of each other, which is going to be really helpful. The other thing is if I look at the background, the thing that's different is we've got this white area and then this blue hearts area. And on the other page, it's just the opposite. The smaller strip is the blue hearts, and then the other one is the white area. So that will be really easy to duplicate on both pages without having to do a whole lot of work. And then all the rest of it is the same. So so I'm gonna go ahead and move my Artisan up to that screen. And then I'm going to move my instructions. I'm working off of 2 screens, so that way I can see the dimensions as I'm going and moving ahead. So, oh, I should have shown. On the PDF that we have on our Facebook group, I have created some instructions so you have some idea of what all the dimensions of all those pieces are, and they're all just rectangles. So if you want to see what the design is on the base papers, you can see that what we have on the left and the right side, and then the final layout is here, so you're able to kind of put it together. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start by putting the 3 rectangles together for what my base is. Then I'm going to add all the little strips, and then I will add all the photos. So it should come together fairly quickly. I am getting my other screen started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, which is what I always start out with, is a 12 by 12 rectangle. And that just allows me to have a base here. And then if I need to go ahead and change anything out later on on my paper or whatever papers I'm picking, I can go ahead and do that with ease. So with this one, I can center it on the page, or this time I'm actually going to take the X and the Y and put it at 0, 0, and that will put that top left corner of that 12 by 12 rectangle up in the upper left-hand corner. So then I need a 9 by 12 piece. So this is another rectangle. There's a lot of rectangles in here. So 9 by 12. And this one was kind of a royal bluish color, maybe a little darker. I'm going to go with that one. And I'm going to click create. And this one, if you want to line it up, it's going to line up on the top. And the top left corner is going to be at 3 and 0, so you can always do that, or you can use the alignment tools to help you. And then there's one more piece on the base, and this one is 12 by 7. And this was a darker shade of gray than what we had on the other piece. And I'm going to create. Now with this one, it was a little deceptive on the layout that Creative Memories gave us as to, did this really end up in the center of the paper? So I'm going to start out by using it in the center of the page. And if you decide that you need to shift it or move it, you can definitely very easily do that. And it'll be just fine. So that's the base of our paper. So that was pretty easy. So now I'm going to work on some of those little paper strips. So well, actually, I'm going to do the base for the 2 big photos. So then we have to insert another rectangle. And this one is 6 by 8.75. This is kind of an unusual size for a lot of the things that we cut. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and again, I'm going to align it. I'm going to center it vertically. And that is our mat for 2 of our photos. Then they had, let me just show you my sample instructions here. So I just did this dark one that's behind these 2 photo mats. And now I'm going to do these thin light green strips that we had. Those were 6 by 1 inch. So I'm going to insert rectangle 6 by 1. And this was a light green color. And I am going to go ahead and copy that because I know I'm going to need another one. I'm going to paste it. And the first one's going to line up at the top here. And the other one's going to line up at the bottom there. And now we need one more strip. And this one is very close to the same size. So this is 6 by 1.25. And this was the light blue. Again, all we've done is a bunch of rectangles, and then later on you can fill them in with whatever paper you might need and might want to use. So on the layout that CM provided, you can see here, if I zoom in, that the corner of the bottom of that blue strip and the corner of the top of the light green strip, they form a nice corner here. When I aligned things by putting all of that in the center, it didn't quite line up like that. So it's up to you how you want to do it, but you can definitely take some creative license and do it however works best for you, which is the nice thing about these layouts. They're just a guide to help you create your layout. So the next thing that I need to do is I think I can go ahead and start dropping my photo mats in. So I'm going to insert a frame. This one is going to be 4 by 6. And this one ends up over here, and they had it so it kind of was hanging off the page a little bit. I'm just going to put this one here right now. Then they did another one that was 5.5 by 4. And that one was over here. And then there are 2 of these. So I'm just going to copy and paste and line the second one up. So when I have some of these and I want to make certain it's nice and aligned in the center of the mat. So I'm going to take both of these first and I'm going to align their centers. Then I'm going to group them together. So now I want to hold down my shift key and select the mat that's behind it, which is that darker blue. And I'm going to align the centers, the vertical center and the horizontal center. And now you can see that it just shifted. So it's just lined up really nicely. And so now if I take a look at the sample, you can kind of see I've pretty much got everything on the left side, and I can go ahead and mirror it from my right side. And then I'm just going to change my background colors a little bit. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and save it. And then I'm going to insert a mirror image of this page by going over to the pages on the right-hand side. So insert a mirror image. And I'm going to go over here. So now you can see the 2 things that are just slightly off are going to be the 2 pieces that were here in the background. This one is only going to be 3 inches. And so all I have to do is select it, change the 9 to a 3. And now I've got the entire layout done. with that. So comes together pretty fast and easy. So it should, hopefully it comes together fast and, easy for you. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording if there are no questions, and then I will go ahead and work on putting some photos in there. And I know that there's at least one other person who's here with me live who was working on this digitally, and we can show their page. Okay. All right, so I had a little bit of time to work on a page, and I just wanted to show a couple more things on the recording before doing that. One person was asking this evening about when you're trying to view two pages at the same time on the screen, like I do sometimes, how do you do that? So if you go up to the toolbar at the top in Artisan and you click on the view button, you have the opportunity to view all, or your page, or your trimmed page, but then the spread, you can actually view two pages right next to each other. I like to view two separate pages because then if I can adjust things and look at it. So if I zoom out a little bit, I have a gap between the two pages. So that gap is actually so I can see the two pages individually. And one additional thing that's really helpful is if you want to take a snip or get an image of this particular two-page spread to use to post on Facebook or to share with friends, you can actually use your snipping tool. So I've got my snipping tool here, and I click on new, and then I go ahead and click in the upper left-hand corner, drag my mouse over to the lower right-hand corner, and then I've got the image of the two-page spreads. And that's what a lot of people are posting on Facebook when they're posting a two-page layout. So you can see both pages at the same time. So hopefully that'll be helpful. And here is the layout that I created. I'm not quite done, but we're already a little bit over time this evening because we had a long time working on our traditional pages. So this is the layout that I did, and I just filled the background and put on a few embellishments. And this content was from Celebrate Self-Care because I was looking for something dealing with the bath. And this is from LJS Designs. So this is one of our dogs, and this was her first bath, and she was really not happy about it, but I thought it was really cute. So I'm going to stop sharing so others can share. So Len, you want to go ahead? Except you're on mute, so if you're going to talk to us, you might want to take yourself off mute.
There.
And that's the cutie.
Let me see how to
really nice.
turn myself off of mute permanently because it went off screen here.
You're good. So nice. That's the same digital art that you used last time we met. So it's Retrospective Mixology 1 by Forever Digital Art. And
right.
Very cute. Very cute.
So I tried to pick pictures from or pick colors of paper from here, and I couldn't find one to match this, I don't know, tannish color. So for this box, come on. I just did, I selected the box and I went up to fill and said fill with a solid color. And then when that color picker came up, let me get it on my screen. All right, color picker, there we go. I just did a sample and I went to here and I sampled the color that I wanted, but I didn't want it to be just a solid flat color. So like it is right now, just a solid flat color. So I decided to take this and go to filter, go to surface and texture. And I chose this wood 1 texture, and you can preview to see what it looks like. And so that gave me just a little hint of texture on there. So this is not paper from the kit, but it matches because I color matched it.
Very nice. Nice job. All right, and I think Macinda was going to try to share. one of the pages that she was working on.
Guess I have to get my thing up here. Let's see.
Nice.
That is very nice.
Very good
Thank you.
job.
Now use
Yeah.
creative memory something blue.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And you've already got the second page already kind of ready to go. I could see that before you flipped over to the content. So you just need to add your photos and whatever embellishments and you're in good
Yep.
shape. Really nice. Great job.
Thank you.
What kit
Thanks.
did you use?
Well, I had to use a different one for the embellishments.
It was Creative
So-
Memory something blue.
That was for the embellishments. For the paper was something different. I don't remember now.
Go all the way up to the top, Miss Cinda.
Scroll
All the way up to the top.
Up here.
The scroll bar. So the scroll bar where you were, go all the way up to the top. And it shows what you have been using.
Oh, okay. Something blue paper then.
All right. Very nice.
Thank you for that. I learned that too. Thanks.
Thanks so much. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. And if you do create the page, we'd love to see what you create in our Facebook group. And if that is Consistently Creative Croppers, and you can share an image of whatever scrapbook page you create. We'd love to see it. And if you have any comments, drop a comment here on the YouTube channel and we'd love to see what you think. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.